South Africa could be on the brink of one of its most explosive political and legal showdowns in recent memory. In a dramatic turn of events, reports have emerged suggesting that a high court has issued an arrest order involving Economic Freedom Fighters, EFF, leader Julius Malema, allegedly in connection with the widening investigation surrounding Michael San Lana. If confirmed, the development would send shockwaves through the country's political establishment, potentially reshaping alliances, intensifying tensions, and raising urgent questions about accountability at the highest levels of public life. It is important to emphasize that an arrest order does not constitute a finding of guilt. In South Africa's legal system, such an order typically indicates that a court believes there are sufficient grounds for an individual to appear before it to respond to allegations or assist in an ongoing investigation. The controversy began with mounting scrutiny around Michael San Lana, a religious leader whose name has dominated headlines in recent months. Authorities have reportedly been examining financial records, compliance documentation, and other regulatory matters connected to his operations. According to sources familiar with the situation, investigators are said to be widening their inquiry to determine whether any public officials or political figures may have had direct or indirect involvement in matters now under review. While official court filings remain under analysis, analysts say the investigation appears to have moved beyond its initial scope, potentially touching on political relationships and public interactions. At this stage, these remain allegations and investigative steps, not judicial conclusions. The reported link to Julius Malema has triggered intense speculation across political circles. Malema, leader of the Economic Freedom Fighters, is one of the most outspoken and polarizing figures in South African politics. Known for his fiery rhetoric and confrontational style, he has frequently challenged both the government and institutions of power. Some commentators suggest that investigators may be exploring past public engagements, statements, or associations that could be relevant to the San Lana matter. Others argue that the connection could stem from political proximity or perceived alliances. Supporters of Malema have already begun questioning the timing of the reported court order, pointing out his long-standing criticism of President Cyril Ramaphosa and the governing African National Congress. They argue that the move could be politically sensitive, especially in a climate where trust in institutions is frequently debated. However, legal experts caution against premature conclusions. South Africa's judiciary operates independently under constitutional protections, and any high court decision would require sworn evidence presented before a judge. If the arrest order proceeds, Malema would likely be required to present himself before the court. His legal team could. Such proceedings can unfold over weeks or months, depending on complexity. Constitutional scholars note that high-profile political cases often become prolonged legal battles, involving procedural arguments, appeals, and intense media scrutiny. Importantly, even if arrested, Malema would retain the presumption of innocence unless and until proven guilty in a court of law. The potential arrest of a sitting party leader would almost certainly ignite political turbulence. The EFF has historically mobilized strong grassroots support, and party officials would be expected to rally around their leader. Public statements, press conferences, and parliamentary confrontations could quickly follow. At the same time, the ANC-led government may face pressure to clarify its position, particularly if opposition voices frame the move as politically charged. South Africa has witnessed previous moments where legal proceedings against political figures reshaped national discourse. Analysts say this moment could either reinforce faith in judicial independence or deepen political polarization. Much will depend on how transparently the legal process unfolds. Beyond individual reputations, the situation raises fundamental questions. Are institutions functioning without fear or favor? Is the legal system insulated from political influence? How will this affect voter confidence ahead of future elections? Political risk analysts warn that uncertainty at this level can impact investor confidence, parliamentary stability, and public sentiment. Yet others argue that accountability, even when politically uncomfortable, strengthens democracy. Julius Malema has built his political identity on confrontation and resistance. An arrest order, if confirmed and executed, would represent one of the most significant personal and political challenges of his career. Meanwhile, the San Lana case continues to evolve, and investigators appear determined to follow evidence wherever it may lead. For now, South Africans are left watching closely, awaiting official confirmation and detailed court explanations. One thing is certain: if the High Court's reported order stands, the political temperature in South Africa is about to rise dramatically. And the outcome could shape the country's political trajectory for years to come.